Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to IRB Infrastructure Conference Call. Please stay connected. The call will begin shortly. Participants, you have been connected to IRB Infrastructure Conference Call. Please stay connected. The call will begin shortly. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the IRB Infrastructure Developers Conference Call for discussing the unaudited financial results for the quarter ended December 31st, 2022 and recent developments. We have with us on the call today Mr. Virendra Mahiskar, Mr. Dhananjay Joshi, Mr. Anil Yadav, Mr. Mehul Patel, Ms. Poonam Nishal, Mr. Tushar Kavadia, and Mr. Jose Tamaris from Centra. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Please note that the duration for the call would be 45 minutes, and any queries left unanswered on the call or after the call can be subsequently mailed to the management for adequate response and resolution. Should you need assistance during this call, please signal an operator by pressing star and 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now request Mr. Mahiskar to give you an overview of the significant developments during the quarter. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I welcome all the investor and analysts on the quarterly con call. Hope you have all been able to go through our detailed number as well as the presentation ready. As part of our business strategy, we are continuously enhancing our return through leverage optimization. We are pleased to inform you that another subsidiary of IRB Infrastructure Trust, that is Udaipur Tollway Limited, has allotted unlisted rated redeemable non-convertible debenture aggregating to INR 7 billion on private placement basis to eligible investor on December 29, 2022. The NCD proceeds from refinancing has been utilized for part takeout financing for the existing project loans, which will provide a significant saving of INR 100 million annually by the fixed rate of interest of 8.9% per annum for next 5 years. This is This is in further to debt refinancing of 21 billion for two projects, that is Sholapur ADC and ADC Aurangabad, completed by us in last quarter. We will continue this strategy of leverage optimization for other projects in the group. Sale of VK1 project to the public InvIT has been concluded in this quarter, and we have been received consideration of 3.4 billion, which is close to 1.2 times to book. Net debt to equity on consolidated basis is less than 0.8:1 as on December 31st, 2022. CRISIL has upgraded the rating of the company by a couple of notch. This has led change in the rating category of IRB from A to AA-. Post receipt of appointed date, the execution of Ganga Expressway project is progressing in line with the schedule. Recently, we have received appointed date for the Chittoor-Thachur HAM project on 24th January 2023, and thereby all the projects have now received the appointed date and execution is going on. This project will also provide meaningful contribution to the construction revenue in the coming quarters. As can be witnessed in our monthly disclosure of the toll collection, the robust growth is observed in Mumbai-Pune and Ahmedabad-Vadodara project, wherein Mumbai-Pune has reported 10.6 billion for 9 months FY23 from 8.9 billion, that is 20% growth, whereas Ahmedabad-Vadodara has reported 4.75 billion for 9 months FY23 from 3.8 billion, that is 24% revenue growth on year-on-year basis. For 10 assets of private InvIT, we have witnessed growth in toll collection of from 8.5 billion for FY 9 months 22 to rupees 15.4 billion for 9 months FY 23, that is 81% growth on year-on-year basis. The growth was led by achievement of COD in couple of projects, traffic growth and tariff hike. The order book of the company now stands at 191 billion, which provides strong revenue visibility for next 2 years. Bidding calendar is quite robust and lots of projects are lined up over coming months. Considering the same, the company is targeting to add 6,000 to 8,000 worth of orders over next few months. Now I will request Tushar to provide financial analysis for December 22. Over to you, Tushar.
Thank you, sir. I'll now take you through the financial analysis for Q3 FY23 versus Q3 FY22. The total consolidated income for Q3 FY23 has increased to rupees 1,570 crores from rupees 1,498 crores, increased by 5%. The consolidated toll revenues for Q3 FY23 have increased to rupees 554 crores as against 507 crores, up by 9%. The consolidated construction revenue for Q3 FY23 has increased to 1,017 crores from 991 crores, increased by 3%. EBITDA for Q3 FY23 decreased to rupees 801 crores from 957 crores, declined by 16%. This is on account of a one-time income booked for the last year. Interest cost has decreased to 367 crores in Q3 FY23 from rupees 547 crores, down by 33%. Depreciation has increased to 215 crores in Q3 FY23 from 192 crores, increased by 3 has remained unchanged at 218 crores. PAT after share of JV loss of 13 crores has increased to rupees 141 crores as against 73 crores, increased by almost 94%. And cash profit has increased to 369 crores in Q3 FY23 from 361 crores, increased by 2%. Now I request moderator to open the session for question and answers.
Thank you very much. We'll now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Participants, you may press star and one to ask a question. First question is from the line of Mohit Kumar from DAM Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, sir, and thanks for the opportunity. So my first question is on the Mumbai-Pune Expressway. Can you confirm the growth in Mumbai-Pune for Q2 and Q3 was 10% and 7%? Is that number right? And are we up for traffic revision from April 1, 2023? Is that understanding correct?
Mumbai-Pune, as I have discussed in my opening commentary, the growth for 9 months was around 20%. We will confirm the quarter-wise improvement in toll collection on Mumbai-Pune shortly. Now, with respect to Mumbai-Pune, yes, you are correct. Tariff revision is due from 1st of April. On Mumbai-Pune, the rate revision happens after every 3 years. The next revision is 1st April 2023. And this will be the last revision on expressway. And hereafter, the rate will be freezed on expressway. And with respect to NH4, the tariff revision is around 16%, and which will continue because that is as per NH policy. And expressway, this will be the last revision. In terms of the traffic breakup, roughly 75% traffic is on expressway and 25% is on NH4.
And on the quarter-on-quarter revenue growth, you are right, it is 10% when compared with the Q2 of FY23.
Second is on EPC execution expectation for the
Can
entire.
you come louder? I think your voice is quite low.
No. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So the second question on the EPC execution for the entire fiscal, what is the number we should bake in? I think we have done 900 crore, which is slightly low on the lower side for this quarter.
So I think, as you are aware that we got appointed date for Ganga in the last quarter only. Now there will be a ramping up of the Ganga in this quarter, and also we have received the appointed date for Chittoor-Thachur. So probably in this quarter, the revenue will further improve, and on whole year basis, I think 4,500 will be the new on EPC side.
Understood. Lastly, on the opportunity side, when you said you want to add 60 to 80 billion of order in Q4, are they HAM contracts or are there some opportunities from BOT or TOT?
Mohit, the contribution will come from the HAM and BOT both put together. As of now, there is one BOT project where already bids are submitted, and there are a lot of HAM projects also coming for the BOT. So the order book which we are eyeing will be mix of BOT and HAM.
Understood. Thank you, sir, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and one to ask a question. Participants, you may press star and one to ask a question. Next question is from the line of Tina Vermani from Kotak Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. My question is related to ordering. You've mentioned that you're expecting around 60 to 80 billion of orders. So far, ordering has not been that great, particularly from the sector and even for most of the listed players. So what gives you confidence that almost 60 to 80 billion will come within this year, or do you expect any kind of slippage of order inflows to next year? And how is the overall bid pipeline looking to you, both from HAM as well as BOT?
Tina, you are correct that this year we have not seen significant ordering in last 10 months. But if you look at last 3 years, the order bidding was back-ended towards the back end of the year, and which we believe this will continue in this financial year also. And if you look at the bidding calendar in terms of NHAI portal, there are 4 to 5 bids are lined in on single day also. So probably we expect by end of March there will be lot of ordering happening, and we believe that there will be a good order traction until end of March.
Just to add, Tina, you're right. Some of these projects could spill over to the next year as well, the beginning of next year. So to that extent, there could be some overlap. Otherwise, we are talking about the 60 to 80 billion opportunity within the lined up project itself.
And what is the size of total projects which NHAI has lined up? Maybe around 40,000, 50,000 crore?
Roughly that, yeah.
Opportunity size. Okay. And my second question is related to the scale-up in revenue for Ganga Expressway and even Palsit-Dankuni. So now we have seen it is getting reflected in the numbers also. How do you see it in terms of the next year scale-up in revenues from both these projects?
But Tina, execution basically Ganga has started last quarter, and now the full way execution will be happening in this quarter. We expect the further growth in EPC execution in Q4, and that will continue till next 2 to 3 years, because Ganga anyway we have to execute the 5,000 crores of EPC order book in 12 quarters. If I divide by 12 quarters also, then that translates roughly 500 to 600 crores of revenue per quarter coming from the Ganga itself.
Okay, got it. And Palsit-Dankuni?
Palsit-Dankuni should be in range of 200 to 250 crores of revenue per quarter basis.
Okay, okay. So overall, in terms of EPC revenues, will there be any kind of lowering down of the guidance on the EPC revenue side for the company? Now that the orders are mostly back-ended, so even if something comes in, let's say March or April, it won't be reflected in the revenues at least for the next 6 to 9 months. So how do you see overall EPC revenues going forward?
I think this year we will be doing EPC revenue of roughly 4,500 crores, and next financial year we will be doing a revenue of close to 5,000 crores of revenue next financial year.
With the existing order book.
With the existing order book. And further, this order book is excluding GST. Earlier we used to report revenue including the GST, and from this financial year the revenue is getting reported excluding the GST. If there would have been 12%, that would have been translated 5,700 to 5,800 crores of revenue, including GST. So as of now, we are not lowering down the EPC execution. We have a visibility, and next year we will be, with existing order book, we will be closing at close to 5,000 crores of revenue.
Okay, okay, got it, sir. And in terms of your debt on consolidated basis, it will be good if you can share the breakup for both MIPL, Ahmedabad, Vadodara, and standalone.
Sure. So on our debt at Mumbai Pune is 6,000 crores, and Ahmedabad Vadodara is at 2,900 crores, and at the standalone IRB level plus MRM, including our working capital, it's close to 3,500.
This 3,500 is net debt?
No, this is gross debt. So net debt, if you see, it's close to 10,100. Gross debt is at 13,260.
And net debt at IRB level will be roughly 1,200 crores, Tina.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, okay. Because you have repaid some of the debt during last year.
Yes, yes.
Got it. My last question is related to toll collection, sir. Would it be possible for you to quantify? I know it's a little difficult to quantify the adjusted toll collection growth for the projects, because different projects got commenced at different timelines, and the toll rate hikes were determined by the COD and from 4-laning to 6-laning and completion of these projects. So would it be possible for you to quantify what has been the adjusted toll collection growth?
I think
for
Tina,
even the private InvIT portfolio?
Mumbai, Pune, there was no tariff hike, and last 9 months we have seen almost 20% kind of growth on the Mumbai, Pune. And private InvIT, as you rightly mentioned, different project has got completed at different time. But there also we have seen a high single digit on a portfolio basis. Some of the project has even delivered more double digit kind of growth on the traffic front. If you look at Solapur, Edishi and Edishi Aurangabad, those projects were operational last year as well. And there the growth was more than almost double digit on both the projects.
This is the traffic growth.
Traffic growth I am talking about.
Okay, okay. And how is the sustainable number looking in terms of the traffic growth for these projects?
I think the base has now already got corrected, and we expect the traffic growth should be in range of 5 to 6% for the FY24, and I think the similar 5% will be the tariff revision based on the provisional WPI numbers.
Got it, sir. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Parishit Kandapal from HDFC Securities. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hi. Congratulations on a decent quarter. So my first question is on what is the total value of the bids yet to be open where we have submitted?
I think, Parikshit, there will be some project where we have submitted the bid, but as per policy of the company, we don't share this data. Once we will become L1 bidder, definitely we would love to share that data with you all.
And so this, is there any change in the Mumbai-Pune Expressway in terms of tariff hike? Because we said this will be the last tariff hike which we will observe.
So change as such, Parikshit, what you're talking about on the traffic front?
No, the tariff hike. So this was only one tariff hike which was applicable on this.
So next is due in April 23, which will be just in a couple of months.
That will be about how much? 20%?
18%, around 18%.
Okay. That will be the last tariff hike. So then after that, the life of the project will remain.
Yes, that will be the last tariff hike on expressway, but NH4 will increase by 16% every third year.
Just a question on this taxation on the return on capital. So how will there be any impact on the private InvIT eventually when private InvIT starts distributing returning capital to the parent and the investors? So how will the taxation happen there?
I think, Parikshit, there in terms of the expectation, in terms of clarity, it was there that if I buy a unit which has a cost of 100 rupees, till I receive 100 rupees, there will not be any taxation. But with the amendment in the budget, it looks like that there will be a taxation if there is a repayment of capital. Redemption of unit, you will get a benefit of the cost of acquisition. But I think there are different InvITs are representing through their body at different fora. And I think probably the clarity should emerge within a quarter or two. But however, as I think InvIT has talked about in their Concall, in next 1 or 2 years, there will be hardly any repayment which will be happening from our public InvIT.
And in private InvIT, the repayment was not due for another next 5 to 10 years. So that as such, there is no impact from a private InvIT perspective as well. But as rightly mentioned by Anil sir, that the various associations are representing the case, and maybe we can have some outcome in coming months.
But just to understand the current context after the changing an amendment, and suppose if it continues, so then how will the taxation happen now? So if the private InvIT distributes the dividend, so it is up from the trust to the IRB level, and then IRB distributes it to its shareholders. So how will the taxation now change?
I think as of now, if there is a interest element, the private InvIT, basically the taxation will not be a private InvIT. Interest will be taxable in the hands of IRB. With respect to whatever the dividend private InvIT will pay, the dividend will not be taxable at InvIT level, but dividend will be taxable at IRB level. And the third element is the repayment of capital or redemption of the unit. Repayment of capital, which earlier was not taxable, now it will be taxable. Redemption of unit, you will get a cost of acquisition as a deduction.
Okay. So everything is passed through. So, but the IRB will be paying the taxes, and then after that, it will be maybe if IRB declares a dividend, it will go to the shareholders of IRB. So there won't be any tax incident on the shareholders of IRB post absorption of this taxation by IRB.
Yes. Basically, as of now, the regulation was clearly that only even before this amendment also. If interest is paid by the trust, IRB receives the interest, it will be taxable in the hands of IRB.
Okay, then there was a change, right? That dividend will be taxable in the hands of the investors who receive it. So here in this case, it won't be applicable.
Dividend, if the SPV is following the old regime, the dividend will not be taxable. If SPV is following the new regime, dividend will be taxable. Private InvIT, most of the SPVs are eligible for 80IA. Probably we will be continuing 80IA or 35AD deduction. Considering that, we will be continuing with the old provision. Entering that, the dividend will not be taxable in the hands of IRB, whatever the dividend is paid by the private InvIT.
And neither in the hands of the investors who will pass through the dividend to.
Definitely, if IRB as now pays almost 20% of profit as a dividend to the shareholder, which it receives from its subsidiary only. So I think to that extent, IRB is getting benefit of that. Apart from that, there will not be any other benefit which will be available to IRB.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you and wish you all the best.
Okay. Thank you, Parikshit.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Prem Khurana from Anand Rathi. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for taking my question, sir, and congratulations on good set of numbers this quarter. I just want to understand a little better on the order addition that you spoke about, 8,000 odd crore rupees.
Prem, your voice is not audible.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it is better.
Yeah, so I want to understand, I mean, when you talk about the 6,000 to 8,000 odd crore rupees of order addition, so I mean, we've time and again identified that our preferred mode is BOT role and then TOT and then hybrid. So this 6,000 to 8,000, would you be able to break it down into, I mean, how much are we targeting in terms of BOT, and also if you could help us understand, I mean, the pipeline or the prospects pipeline that you talk about from the NHAI, how many of these would be BOT roles? So I think you said you've already bid for one project on BOT side, but if you were to look at the entire pipeline as of today, how many would be on BOT, how many TOTs, and the balance I'm assuming would be hybrid or EPC. But if you could help us understand, I mean, the mix that you're targeting.
So, Prem, I think what we are discussing is EPC book. So whether it comes from BOT or TOT or HAM, the EPC piece of that would be in the range of 6,000 to 8,000 crores is what we are seeing. Now the breakup can change depending dynamically on what we win, what we don't win. But the EPC piece among the three of them together should be in the range of 6,000 to 8,000 crores.
Okay, so we are indifferent. I mean, as long as we are able to manage EPC and we are able to generate the kind of IRRs that we generate on these assets.
Yes.
Okay. And the second question was on the equity required. So how much would be the equity balance that we need to infuse in all these assets? I mean, the hybrids and the Ganga. And if you could give the year-wise schedule, please.
Yes. This year close to 200 crores of equity. Next financial year close to 700 crores of equity. And in FY25, little less than 200 crores of equity is required. This is for the existing projects.
Sure. And this is our share, right? I mean, in Ganga, we would put in half of,
Yes,
or rather
yes.
51%.
Ganga will put in 51% and GIC will put 45%.
Sure. And just one last question on bookkeeping sort of. So when I look at our numbers for last few quarters on EPC side, our tax rate seems to be on a higher side. Where do you see this number to settle down? Because it's in excess of 35 odd %. I mean, why would this number be so high? Are there any one-offs in this tax that you report? So I think second quarter was 40% and third quarter is around 35 odd %.
I think, Prem, if you are referring the corresponding quarter of the last year, there was some deferred tax asset recognized, which was one-time kind of impact, which was for VK1 and which is not continuing in this quarter. So that has led some kind of change in the taxation. Anyway, most of the companies are 25% tax bracket. And going forward, considering there are some timing impact, around 27-28% should be the taxation rate ideally. But Ahmedabad, Vadodara, because of the losses, we have a loss in Ahmedabad, Vadodara, and because we are not recognizing the deferred tax asset over there, so that increased the tax a little bit. The taxation should be in range of 30-32% going forward. And once we get some resolution on Ahmedabad, Vadodara, then thereafter the tax rate should reduce. Because once we will get a resolution in Ahmedabad, Vadodara, there will not be any book loss in Ahmedabad, Vadodara. This is what we believe.
Sure. No, I was talking about the construction segment in particular. I understand on the SPV side, you would have these losses, which is where, I mean, the tax won't be what you actually pay. But on construction side, 2Q was around 40%, 3Q is around 35%, which is higher than the 25 odd % that we generally bake in our numbers.
So this is again what we discussed is on account of the inflation income which comes under the HAM projects. So there, what is happening when we have a HAM income, inflation income, from accounting parlance, there is no tax because it's like a notional for us. However, for the other revenue which forms part of the construction, the rate is 25%. In some SPVs, their rate is as per the old regime, but for the quarter-on-quarter performance, the difference between the HAM account and the BOT, the rate differentiate for us.
No, I'll take it offline. Thank you. All the very best for future. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Rohit Natarajan from Antique Stock. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. So we are given to understand that Hyderabad ORR details should be out by any time. Any color on that? What was like, I mean, did you participate in it? Or when do you expect that to be concluded?
Which bid?
Hyderabad ORR.
I don't think the bid is yet, the date has yet come.
Almost like, I mean, it was said that by Jan weekend, I mean, Jan last week will be out. Any
I think
extension?
that it was postponed if I remember right.
Okay, so is this in your cards as such?
I can't disclose that at this point.
Okay. Sir, the TOT packages, any update on that part? Because after the last one bundle, any clarity, any guidance on the new TOT packages that could be there, or will NHAI resort to InvIT route?
Again, that's for NHAI to decide. Whatever TOT they announce, we will evaluate and decide our course of action. But very difficult for me to say what NHAI would do.
Okay. Sir, any guidance on the state highway opportunities, BOT, in the form of BOT?
We keep evaluating. I mean, we believe there would be some opportunities that can come on BOT as well. So, like Ganga was a state BOT project, and it appeared to be very attractive proposition. So we participated in that. So any such opportunity comes in, we will definitely evaluate that as well.
So nothing on card as at this point in time, as we discussed?
No.
Okay, sure. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from Nikhil Abhyankar from DAM Capital. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity, sir. So if you look at public InvIT assets, they have started doing a way lot better over the years. So is there any chance of higher dividend in the coming quarters or say next year?
On private InvIT.
Sorry, I mean the private InvIT, sir, not the public InvIT.
So private InvIT, you will appreciate that majority of the projects have got completed in the last 6 to 9 months, and those projects are now in a stabilization phase. And in the coming years, we have also refinanced 3 of the projects, pushing back the amortization and increasing the cash release. Given this trend, certainly from next year, there would be some good possibility to have a dividending out from the private InvIT to both the partners.
No guidance as of yet, sir?
We would not see. It's also incumbent on how the projects perform, what tariff increase we get, how much more refinancing gets done, and how fast. But yes, I mean, on the numbers, maybe I can give you a guidance on. Arvind can give you the guidance on how the numbers look. But certainly that looks to be a doable thing for the next financial year.
I think we are giving the monthly disclosure. December, we have done a revenue of 195 crores. If I take a revenue close to 200 crores of revenue from the private InvIT asset, for next financial, that translates roughly 2,400. And if I assume roughly 7% growth, because this is the latest number, then the revenue translates roughly 2,550 crores of revenue. 750 crores is the share, NHI share. The 1,800 crores will be the revenue, net revenue for the private InvIT, and around 200 crores is the O&M expenditure. So roughly 1,600 crores will be EBITDA. Against the 1,600 crores of EBITDA, there is a debt of roughly 10,000 crores. And as we are trying to basically do interest is at close to 9.5% on average cost of debt. So there will be a surplus available, and that surplus can get distributed.
Understood. And sir, of the 5,000 crore EPC revenue guidance for next year, how much will Ganga contribute?
500. 500 quarter. Ganga will be executed over the period of next 2.5 years, and roughly 500 to 600 per quarter kind of execution will be happening on Ganga to complete the project within 2.5 to 3 years, balance 2.5 years. So I think roughly 500 to 600 crores of execution will be coming from Ganga.
Understood. And the last question, any update on Ahmedabad-Vadodara arbitration?
On Ahmedabad-Vadodara, again, the arbitration has moved forward, and it is in the final stage is what I can say at the moment. But still at least 3-4 months of work balance.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Alok Devara from Motilal Oswal. Please go ahead.
Good morning, sir, and congratulations on a decent quarter. Sir, just had a couple of questions. First, on the, we have been, since last few quarters now, we have been talking about, some toll projects also coming through from NHI side, considering their stretched finances and, but, still we don't see too many of toll projects in the pipeline. So what's the view here? Because apart from 2-3 projects here and there, we are not really seeing a toll projects coming in any significant way.
So if I'm right, I think they announced the total number of BOT projects that got bid at NHI, and this year was at least, I think, 3.
Yeah.
So one got cancelled, one was awarded to one developer, and the third one is in the bidding stage. So 3 projects they announced, and I think as they are also seeing improved participation, we continue to believe that the number will keep going up. I mean, I agree that it is at its minimal possible today, so the only way forward from here can be up.
Sure. And also in HAM projects, they were looking to reduce the equity contribution, but in some of the other calls of some other contractors, we understand that that is not happening anytime soon now.
Yes,
just
that's correct.
Yeah, any update from your side would be also.
No, that appears to be the case.
Okay. Any reason, sir, for that?
I don't know. They might be having enough money, so they don't need to cut it out. So for a developer like us, it's a great thing that if they are giving more money, that's good.
Yeah. No, I think the idea was to reduce the competition, so I was just asking.
Okay, one thing I'm observing this year is the competition seems to have tamed down a bit, because last year you will remember there was no bid bond required to be given along with each of the bid. Whereas this year there is a 1% bid bond required to be given alongside bid, and when you have so many bids happening in close proximity, certainly everybody tries to has his own priority list basis which they bid. So the number of participants in each bid has certainly come down. So unlike what we used to see 20-25 people bidding in each project, now the number tends to range between 5 to 8 or 5 to 10.
Sure. Just last question. So the interest cost has come down, to around 370 or 365 crores for 3Q. So what would be the run rate going ahead? Could it be at similar number only, or could we see further reduction here?
No, so this quarter what you have seen is the number post repayment of debt which we did in the fourth quarter of FY22. So this is and in next quarter what you will see would be more comparable number where the debt reduction impact would be there. From the first quarter of next year, then there will not be much difference because the repayment of debt has happened in the fourth quarter last year.
No, but I think if you ask me directionally, you will see that the consolidated in IRB will continue to keep going down, because if I look at the debt profile in IRB, you have debt sitting in the Mumbai-Pune asset, Ahmedabad-Baroda. Both the repayment is happening in a strong manner. HAM debt uplifting that would happen will be minimal, because only to the extent of 40% of the project size distributed over 2 years. And secondly, the holding company debt also is going down. So the way forward, consolidated IRB debt will continue to come down as we move forward. It is not certainly going up for sure.
Yeah, of course. That's all from my side, sir. Thank you and all the best, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next follow-up question is from the line of Nikhil from DAM Capital. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity, sir. And just a small question.
Sorry to interrupt, your audio is not clear.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Slightly better.
Yeah. So have you booked profit for VK1 transfer? So it comes out around somewhere 37 crores.
VK1, there is a profit on a standalone because the investment was recorded at book value. And in consolidated, because the HAM project accounting is done on the basis of Ind AS, where one has to account for the receivable from the NHAI upfront. So considering that, there was no bad impact on the consolidated accounts, but there was a gain of 50 plus crores in a standalone, as you mentioned.
Okay, sir. Understood. Thanks a lot. That's all.
Thank you very much. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Virendra Maiskar for closing comments.
Yeah, so I think thanks all of you for taking time out, and it's a result season, but really appreciate all of you finding time and joining us to discuss the prospects of the company in the quarter gone by and the picture, how it is visible at the moment in terms of business visibility going forward. And look forward to see you all again during the next quarter. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your conference for today. We thank you for your participation and for using Research Bytes conferencing services. You may please disconnect your lines now. You may have a great day.